Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Severance. This is season 1, episode 4, You Are. And the last episode gave us a ton of info. Again, I apologize for the confused, stupid look I have on my face during the show, but I do love it. It is awesome. Let's see where it goes.
Well, I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see more about this book because I want to know the you are.
Yeah, confused and stupid face. I feel like that also describes me throughout the first few episodes, but I am loving it. A lot of sketchy stuff going on in this show. Can't wait to see more.
I'm really intrigued to see what title was on, because we were debating on what was that, restricted, blocked, a name. So I want to see what this phone's all about, because that's where we left off on.
Yep.
So, and is Pete gonna make it?
Petey.
Let's go!
Oh, this is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm gonna need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Gotta have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits, Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
All I can be is sorry, and that is all I am.
See, they've been doing it to her until she's zombied out.
Literally trying to break you.
Again.
I mean, this has got to affect him too. But just
He looks pretty
again.
tired. Look, he's falling asleep.
No, he's not. He's looking at the
down at
results.
Oh.
He's not pulling a.
I'm afraid you still don't mean it.
What I'm going to do is give you the finger and walk out.
Yeah, but then your outie might say, no, go back to work. 3:15 or 5:15, I'm sorry.
We'll try again in the morning.
Whew.
Well, she beat him. Didn't cave.
Well. Did
Well,
she?
you saw it. It's 5:15. It's time for her to go home.
See you tomorrow, Helly.
That's what it's like.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
exactly. Yep.
Yep.
It's exactly what it's like for these folks.
I like that they gave us that.
I read it 300 times yesterday.
Oh, but she remembers
259. Again, please. Now.
What the hell is that voice?
I mean, they can't force you to read it. Tell them no. Kick rocks.
Forgive me for the harm I've caused this world. None may atone for my actions but me.
The harm I've caused the world.
And only in peace shall their stay live on.
Yeah, the verbiage they selected for this is interesting.
Creating a scapegoat.
She is just about to
I
be
really am sorry, okay?
really broken.
I'm sorry.
No paraphrasing. Again.
Jeez, dude.
All psychological torture.
Yes.
And we are letting the intro roll, folks. This is such a creative intro.
All right.
Nice.
Picking right up.
Blocked.
Of course.
If it was a modern phone, if it was blocked, they can't even call you. Oh, they could put blocked number and it would just say no caller ID. Christmas ornaments, camping.
Look at that place.
A lot of cars there.
They keep giving us different shots of it. And
A lot of cars there.
How funny is this? His innie has this going on, and his outie almost has that going on.
Yeah.
It's past 1100, and Helly's been in the break room since yesterday.
Okay.
I wonder if, as department chief, you feel you should check on her progress?
Well, Mark doesn't have that power.
Well, he can ask.
He's not going to.
He might.
Okay.
Hi.
Stapler.
Sorry to interrupt. We met the other day. I'm Bert from Optics and Design. Hi, Irving.
Hi, Bert. What are you doing?
Exactly how the wet. Do you know what?
Irving, I kept thinking about what you said about being excited. The new handbook totes, and maybe you were kidding or teasing.
No, not at all.
The anticipation could distract from your work, which was the opposite of my intent. So I figured, heck, let's bring them over now. That way it won't be on your mind.
You brought pre-release handbook totes for us.
Seemed like the right thing. I know your time is valuable.
Okay, well, you can drop them on the desk. Long hike back to O&D.
Right. I also wanted to extend an invitation. If an informal tour of O&D ever sounds refreshing, be happy to personally offer that to Irving and any one of you. Directions are in the front bag, reversed.
Hard pass.
Okay.
Thank you, Bert.
Wow, dude got awfully tensed up when he came in.
Just seems soon to be taking him up on his offer.
It's absurd. We've never visited them before now. Kia's whole original vision saw us all working together.
That was before O&D started disemboweling people's bowels.
Nonsense. I'll be back by 1.
He's gonna die.
How many times?
1072.
Oh. Oh, fudge that.
You know, the important thing is you apologize correctly, now you're out.
What you gotta do is trick the machine by thinking about something you're really sorry about. So I like to imagine my Audi's love made with a MILF or two, which is obviously badass, but I do pity the husband.
This guy. Pity the husbands. Oh, shit.
Break room sucks. But that's why we have protocols and procedures, so we don't end up there. You'll learn, I promise.
Oh, that's how that's
You'll
supposed to
learn.
Lumon peanuts. It's an odd container for peanuts, isn't it? Like a French fry.
Hello.
go. Optics and Design.
It's Irving B. from Macrodata Refinement. We met in the hall the other day.
She seems thrilled.
Bert's over there by shelf 6. Don't touch anything.
You can only imagine what it's like when the new art comes in. I mean, you'll see it before anyone. It's so dumb. But I actually cried when you guys put up the youthful convalescence of Kier. No, I did. I never thought I'd see the handbook passage depicted visually.
A handbook.
Once the whole art's been cycled through all the departments, it ends up back here.
Wow.
Let not weakness live in your veins. Cherished workers, drown it inside you.
Rise up from your deathbed and sally forth more perfect for the struggle.
Exactly.
I can't believe you have this.
Oh, boy.
Oh, we thought right.
What does this mean for...
Sorry, wait. What time is it? I have to go.
I have to go.
We missed. Game time. Whoop. How does that relationship fare? Like any relationship,
Yeah.
if you were to have a love interest.
Well, Natalie mentioned it the previous episode, or not Natalie, the guy she was arguing with about
Really?
one of the women
I got
was
4%.
pregnant
Yes.
on the inside.
Feels good, right?
I guess.
Awesome. I'm glad you agree. Great work.
I guess I should have rephrased it like if they get caught.
Oh, that way.
Like in the moment.
Oh, send them to HR.
Send them to the break room.
No
Well,
office
that's the thing.
romance.
Do they get break room?
They don't have
They get-
HR. You saw what they do in the break room. Do you think they're gonna
Did
have
he get
HR?
turned around?
Get lost?
I think you got lost.
Uh-oh.
Or did he see something?
I don't remember that room.
Oh, the book? Because remember, he left it on the chair.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
There it
call.
is. Dr. Ricken.
Yeah.
You are. Hey, that's also the title of this episode. Oh, but
I didn't remember that room on the walk there.
He wasn't even curious a little bit.
I like that.
Oh, no, he's curious. Oh.
Oh, sharing it.
Will you put that
Oh,
away?
not sharing. Snooping.
You're such a hypocrite lecturing me on following the rules.
I'm not lecturing you. I'm just trying to keep you out of the break
I
room.
can't believe Petey was a mapper. Let me see.
A mapper. Oh.
So why would they be on a map of the severed floor?
It could be a thing you don't know.
It's not a thing.
Clearly, he was trying to tell you something.
No.
Go lick a boot, Mark.
Go lick a boot.
Bootlicker.
We could have fun and work without the whole goddamn department imploding.
Work is bullshit.
The work is mysterious and important.
How can you say it's important?
Your best friend left this for you, and you don't give a shit.
Now that everyone's... Oh, no.
You're right.
it.
No.
I don't give a shit.
Mark.
No!
Oh.
There, it's gone. Thank you, Helly. Now we can get back to work.
What?
Mark,
We're going to pull the old
It's
tape
an
it back
emergency.
together. Oh.
Okay. All
I
right.
was going to get Mr. Milcher. I thought it best not to break the chain of command.
It's just raining contraband today.
Has anyone seen anything like this before?
Passage 31, page 110. Be content in my words, and dally not in the scholastic pursuits of lesser men.
No books except the handbook, I know.
No books except the handbook.
Remember the spicy candy?
I'll be turning this into milkshake.
What? Why? It's booty. It's booty with your name on it.
Excellent decision, Mark. This is an idolatrous text that should be brought to him immediately.
It was like he had the angel and his devil on his shoulders.
Yeah. Is she going to try to put it back together? Yes, Helly. You do that.
She got nothing else to do at work.
Yeah, we'll tape it back together. The old school paper.
So what's their
cutter.
space like? Stalactites and shit?
No, it's nice. Bert's fostered a really welcoming environment. He understands the spirit
I
of
don't like
Lumon.
that they showed that.
What's happening is you're going to give me a video camera so I can tape a resignation to my outie right now, or you're going to have to explain to her why she's missing 4 fingers.
Okay. That's just.
Oh!
Cabell, do I look like I'm around right now?
No, you do not.
Helly?
Hi, Mark. I'm just catching up with your trainee, Mr. Milchek. Could you get the video camera, please?
Why has there been 7 minutes of recording already?
Yeah.
How's this going to turn out, though? I got to imagine there's some severe consequences following this.
Well, boss, guess this is the part where I should tell you to go to hell, except you're already here.
Ooh.
Wow.
I was never sorry.
Boy.
Oh. That's going to be the one from her outie.
I understand that you're unhappy with the life that you've been given. But you know what? Eventually we all have to accept reality.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I am a person. You are not.
Oh. What?
I make the decisions. You do not. And if you ever do anything to my fingers, know that I will keep you alive long enough to horribly regret that.
You're your own worst enemy.
Your resignation request is denied.
Oh, wow.
Turn it off.
Whew. This is wild. Is there something that we're forgetting from the first 4?
Well,
What
other than
rules?
her outie is incredibly happy with her working there.
Scroll down to explore our rustic birthing cabins. I don't know. It just looks more like a shitty ski resort than a birthing center to me, but
Sure, fine, but it's gonna be awesome, and you're gonna like it.
how much of this was Rickon's idea? 300% or 400%?
Get all of your snark out now, or you're never gonna earn your Uncle Badge.
You know what? I think I might have some more snark in me. I'm kind of tired.
Try tomorrow.
Okay, baby.
Okay, babe.
Oh, he died.
Unknown ailment.
No.
That cell phone's going off.
Dude, what an absolute riot this is so far. Like, again, the 2 innie and outies having all that info.
Yeah.
But they don't know.
Yeah. Just battling with each other.
Have you heard from the board yet?
No.
Kilmer wasn't your fault, and it certainly wasn't mine. They'll understand. It wasn't your fault, Harmony.
If you want a hug, go to hell and find your mother.
Jesus.
Since Petey reintegrated,
The board's never acknowledged reintegration.
we have to get his chip.
His corpse is scheduled to be destroyed by cremation following his funeral on Sunday, FYI.
This is interesting.
Vision. For wit. Cheer. Humility. Benevolence. Nimbleness. Probity. Wiles.
That's the dude on the wall, I think.
Were they married? No.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Thinking her and Petey.
Mrs. Sullivan?
What are you doing, Keaton?
I'm, the news report said that he worked at Lumon, so I thought maybe I knew him. What are you doing here?
Oh, he used to come by my shop. He adored my hibiscus.
Ah, what a meeting.
Oh, there he is. you'd like to go in and pay your respects, I'll wait right here for you.
Yeah, I think I might swing by the bathroom, but I'll see you in a sec.
Service is starting soon.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought I worked with him.
I love how they give time to literally breathe, even just like that.
Yeah.
Her jacket looks like a toaster cover or something.
Hello. Were you a friend?
He was my dad.
Oh, I'm so deeply sorry. I suppose you were close and everything.
What kind of questions are these?
What is she's being a jerk on purpose?
White, please. I'm sorry, I don't know you. I'm Nina.
Oh, Mark Scott.
Oh, never mind. I thought from the
I'm
profile
Peter's
that
ex-wife.
was Helly for a second.
Ah, Peter's ex.
You're from Lumon.
Oh boy.
So you didn't even know him at all.
Well, this me no.
I just figured I'd know him.
Hey, Ma.
And
They want to start. Okay, baby.
hi, are you June?
Yeah. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, awkward.
She clearly wasn't a fan of him working there.
No, remember, people you either are aboard or you're not.
Do you ever think that maybe the best way to deal with a situation in your life isn't to just shut your brain off half the time?
I'm not exactly sure.
We're happy you're here. We're going to perform something for you. Glad you're here, baby.
Ouch.
Rock tune.
Rock and roll. Rock show time.
Why is she sitting all the way back there?
I don't know why.
Damn.
Little one, don't forget.
Ah, Metallica.
Sleep with one eye open.
Something's wrong. Shut the light.
Ooh, she's going for it.
Dreams of four.
Oh, no way.
She's going for
Going
it.
for the chip.
What oh my God.
Like nobody would notice her up at the front, or she?
She's not in the front.
Oh,
she's
out in the
behind
wake
it,
area.
the curtain.
Okay, yeah.
I'm praying to the Lord my soul to take.
Pray the Lord, my soul to take.
Shh, baby, don't say a word.
All hitting them now?
In your closet, in your hand.
Oh!
Oh! What the hell? What a sequence. What a sequence.
And what a song to choose, too.
So was the funeral just too sad, or
Something like that, yeah.
if you ever want to talk?
No, thank you. But thank you for, being my funeral buddy today.
Good night.
Good night.
Going for a drive.
It's going back to the greenhouse, maybe?
See what I mean? Like they're letting all of this breathe when it could have been just easy cuts.
Yep.
This is the spot
Is
for his
this
wife.
his wife? Yeah.
Yep. Maybe June got through to him a little bit.
Now thinking about it, it's easy for her to say that. Like she doesn't know what he's going through.
Well, same time, Petey probably used it as a crutch for maybe the divorce. And whereas June was there for the whole time for the divorce.
Mm-hmm. Damn, this is kind of heartbreaking. That's some sad, sad stuff.
That's the most progress we've seen him make in the series so far.
Well, going to there.
Got it.
Got it.
You requested me, Miss Cobell?
Miss Casey, I'd like you to run a special wellness session with Mark S.
Mark S.
Oh boy.
He just needs it. Trust me.
Her delivery as work, as her,
and then Selvig
when she's at work versus outside.
Here invites you to drink of his water.
Perfect.
Felicia said you'd be here. Is it awful to say I don't care for that one?
No. Honestly, it makes me nervous too.
It's not really centered with the camera.
If I embarrassed myself.
You didn't. Unless you did. Are you embarrassed?
No.
Good.
You're crazy.
It's a date.
I wish I could nap.
That's what it is.
I think I sleep 15 hours a night up there. Who cares?
The handbook cares. No workplace shall be repurposed for slumber.
Repurposed.
Slumber.
You think you need your job, but I've lived abroad as a vagrant, abstaining from my own money to rely.
He's reading it.
Most were beggars themselves, yet they were happy. And so for that summer, your job needs you, not the other way around.
There you go.
Needs you until it doesn't. Oh, guys, we got a reorg.
Yeah. Hit the bricks.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't work in our budget. Give him his...
Mark? I'm gonna go.
Do it. I'm working up till the bell. I think I may still crush this thing tonight.
We do. See you soon.
We'll say Helly's character's pretty intriguing because you don't know what she's going to do.
Highly intriguing.
You just don't know what she's going to do.
What?
Oh, no. Oh, this is not good.
Destiny. An acrostic poem experienced by the author Rickon Hale. D is for dreaming.
What is he going to walk in on
Start
now?
of it all. Breaking down
No!
walls. S is for stewardship.
Well, now we know why that label was in the beginning.
Oh, look at this department.
T is for terror, which gives us more worth. I is for eyes, which observe us with love. Until N, meaning newness, rains down from above. And why? That's a question we needn't now ponder.
It's the tree.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Yeah? Seems like you're getting the hang of stuff here. Cool.
Oh my God!
Oh, good.
No!
Oh, that was the ending. Whew.
Huh.
That was wow.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, that whole episode did not feel like 46 minutes to me.
You see that everyone's just, well, you see with Healy, she's
Helly.
or Helly, Healy. She's reaching her breaking point between her inner and outie. Her outie was like saying, yeah, next time you try to do that, I'll make sure that you were there every day until you
forever.
Well, just think about how collapsing that is for her, right? Herself is telling her, F no.
Yeah, you're going to deal with it.
I will screw you over worse than you just tried screwing me over. And the psychological torture that she's going to be coming back to if she keeps doing what she's doing. So to her, there's no win-win, which would lead up to this, to her.
Well, 1,072 times she had to.
Hypothetically speaking, if you were, couldn't the company go to your outie and be like, "Hey, your innie wants to quit. You know, what if we bumped up your pay? What if we bumped up, you know, whatever for you, your benefits, and we made this deal a whole lot better for you. You just have to let your innie know that they need to work harder."
Maybe we don't know the conversation that was had.
Because the Audi never
For the most part.
experiences the work.
The Audi never
You know?
experiences the work. They just experience you're getting
Bell.
paid from the work.
Yep.
You're getting the money to do the recreational things you want. You get to do whatever. So if there's a complete disconnect with that personality, and if I don't care what the person showing up at work has to do, and it's almost representative of, to be honest, it feels representative of real life situations of people who really, really dislike their job. Think about people who like really hate their job and like, okay, I'm willing to go here. It makes me miserable all day, but I have to have this inner conversation with myself whether I'm going to stay there because I need it for the other things I want to do in life. And that's a discussion that we have. You know, we're raised and kind of told, oh, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. And how many people actually get to do that, right? Now we get to sit here and say, you know, that we're, you know, doing movie and TV reactions. But look, I've worked jobs where I don't want to say I was like super miserable, but I definitely didn't enjoy it. And I had a job for I'm not going to say anything negative. I had a job for a very big company that I went in and I really didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed the people around me, which ironically is like this. I enjoyed the people that worked near me, but I very much didn't like the job. And I stayed there because, you know, it had good benefits and it was security and stuff like that. And even if I wasn't happy with the work, like you always justify in your head, like this is, you know, whatever. And in the corporate world, like if you were going to leave and somebody came in and said, "Hey, well, what if we bumped your salary up by 25%, but you had to do more work?" Like you might hate your job more, but you're going to justify it. So it's interesting that they're setting up this divide between the innie and the outie, as if this doesn't happen with real people. I mean, like the exact same thing happens. Like, oh God, I hate going to work, but I'm going to go back in the morning because I need the money, or I need this, or I need that. And then they gave us the book talking about people who didn't even have a lot of money,
didn't need
being
it,
happy. And it's like for me, this episode, like not that the previous three weren't good, but for this one hit the hardest for me because it's like, holy shit! Like the innie and outie, that's a representation of real life. That you don't have to be somebody who's severed to experience these things, you know? That's just crazy.
Well, and then that whole Miss Casey thing, you caught the candle. I think you mentioned that was probably the tree that she, that the wife probably passed on.
Well,
he shouldn't even know about that. He shouldn't know about the tree. Now she stole the candle probably to see if it would trigger him.
And maybe that's why he did make that tree.
Yeah,
because
and that
candle
could
could
have
have
been
triggered that part of his brain.
Yeah,
because she went through all that trouble to go to the funeral and take out his little.
But is
wild?
Is that representation, going back to what I was just talking about, is that representation that those things at the end of the day can't be separated? You can say, this is my personal life, this is my work life. I do the work stuff so I can enjoy the stuff on my personal side that I want to do. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be crossover. The further we get into this, it's like, oh, what a wild concept.
Yeah, the more and more that this just keeps going, especially with Helly, it just is more and more intriguing with her. Because again, as I was saying, right when we saw her walk out, her character to me is just, I don't know what she's going to do as her innie, because she is showing that she's willing to do almost anything, well, everything now. I can't imagine with the cliffhanger that she's done, but I'm playing a hypothetical that she's not. So I'll play that. I got to imagine there's going to be marks around her neck after.
Well, I mean, it depends how long that elevator ride is.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't even think of that, dude. If she goes back up, now her outie said, don't cut off your fingers, I'll do this. But if she goes back up, she's going to realize that it was so bad that she's got a very distinguished.
Or she's still coherent enough that when she gets to the top of the elevator and her outie, she turns into her Audi and she's hanging there right before she passes out. Then she realizes, holy shit, this is how bad it is. She's willing to take us both out, not just, well, obviously.
Yep, that's actually a really good point because now instead of a recording, because in that recording, the Audi said, Cobell said, you tried to do this. So what else was said between those two, to your point, was it, hey, we're willing to bump your pay up, and the Audi only sees, oh, shit, we're making this now.
It can't
assuming
be that
assuming
bad,
that
though.
happened. It probably did,
Yeah.
but let's just say it did. Or they sweeten the pot for her to the point where she can't resist, but you can't say it on camera because then it's your give. You just got to say to yourself, no. And now to your point on that, yeah, I was just going to play the hypothetical that she was, I didn't even think until you said it, like, oh yeah, she's going to wake up, that ding, and then see that she's in this situation and think, holy shit, what is going on down there?
Well, it's
Before she passes out, or it's she wakes up in the hospital, like, how did I get here?
Well, it's
let's hope she's
that
not dead.
It's that, or it was the ultimate payback on her Audi for forcing her to do that. She decided to opt out, and that's it. And she made that decision because she didn't want to be, forced into this life of torture. And depending how long that elevator ride is, you only have X amount of time. So
just the way she,
I think she's probably done.
I mean, think about that. And again, it circles right back to what I was talking about. The Audi was willing to put the other person, the other person, through so much torture for her own personal gain.
Although,
and it's one, but it's like, is that what we do in our day-to-day lives? Are there people out there who are willing to be so miserable with their work? They're willing to put themselves through day in and day out torture, stuff they would never have imagined because they think that's what they need to do to survive. And if you can, like, can you separate the just agony and the happiness that you get in one world to the next? I mean, this is like getting to be like really deep shit.
Well, and the thing too is I don't think it's necessarily just financial for everybody because it isn't like Mark's a baller. He's living in a condo.
He lives the most minimal life.
So he's
nothing on the wall.
Yeah, he's after something else, which is the escapism that he gets. We need to find what everybody else is getting because I don't think it's as simple as, oh, we're just throwing cash at you.
Well, that's true. And I think that's where June kind of got him.
Yeah,
with
she
that
got him
in the funeral thing.
Yep.
He kind of forced himself to go out to that tree
Mm-hmm.
because, like, even his sister said earlier, and it's not healthy to, try and get away
just
for 8 hours
ignore
a day
it.
like that.
Well, and that's what she said. Like you people have to deal with real problems. You can't just shut off your brain for 8 hours a day. And again, one of the things that I've talked about in previous reactions is I'm sure the companies would love it if you could, because then you don't bring your personal life into work, right? But on what we're seeing here is she's so miserable with her work. The innie is so miserable with her work.
And there's no escape.
Well, not even miserable with the work. It's the situation that she's in.
Yeah.
She knows something is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that
But she
version
can't.
of her
that
never leaves.
This show
Always there.
Which was
You
a
see
great
the
job by
doors
the
close
elevator.
and the doors
Yeah,
open.
you're right
That's
back
all you
there.
ever see.
Yep, and to kind of go back to Mark at that tree, like I know several spots that we can drive by right now that have the flowers, the cross, the name. So there's actually over there was a pretty big accident just down the road, and I remember driving by it, thinking what happened, and then you get the news after how bad it was. So seeing Mark do that, I haven't personally felt anything like that, but I can imagine folks that have been in that situation was pretty darn close right there with what Mark was doing, just going back and feeling the moment, letting it out a little bit, talking to the specific spot, whatever it may be. And I like that they were giving a lot of this. This show to me, you have to have patience. It's not an action thriller by any stretch of the imagination. It's, hey, we're going to give you this. We're going to let this breathe so you can take it in and register too, so you can try to connect even more on a deeper level or whatever level it may be. because that scene with Mark, there was a lot of ways that the editor could have just went bing, boom, boom to get us to that point and then sit just on the emotion. They let him drive. We got to sit in the car with Mark, with the camera on him for a good, 5-10 seconds almost.
Been
somewhere
style.
in there.
Sometimes.
And then him getting out of the car, walking to it, and then just sitting there with the tree and allowing us as the audience to take in that pretty deep emotion in there. So bravo. Just even on that scene. I mean, this whole episode was pretty damn wild.
Well, and the thing that I found fascinating as well is what the hell did John Turturro see when he opened that door and they had like all those, like they looked like adding machines or counting machines or something, whatever that was, and he was like totally freaked out by it and didn't know what it was.
Was he freaked out by the machines or was he freaked out
I think it's just
by the
seeing
amount of people on that level?
Yeah, I think the whole situation. I used the machine as the reference because that's what made me think about it. Was the best way to describe the room with all the machines. But yeah, I think he was taken aback by everything. I mean, look at all these people. It's totally different than what he's seen for God knows how long.
It was supposed to be just those two in the
Well, look who she's right here.
Optics and that's why I said it's supposed to be just them two. Instead, we see three right in front of us. I can see two in the background.
Look, E1 is the column, F1, and then it goes. Look at how far back that goes.
Way back.
You can't even see how far. It
and
goes.
You said we see a lot of cars. You see a lot of cars in the parking lot. Well, that's where they all are. And are those the ones that Petey thought lived there though too?
Well, and that's what's interesting because every time Mark's character leaves, the parking lot's like basically empty. It's like his car and maybe another one every time. The last few times they've showed him leaving, the place is like total ghost town.
Maybe that's just how he's staggered.
Well, you wonder whether I'm wondering whether with not even staggered. I'm wondering whether how many of the people that work at this company are people who are the severed type people. Because we talked previous episodes about whether this was the whole thing was just one big experiment to do. And I mean, think about like if you had a regular company that had regular duties and everybody came and left, but the people who are severed, we need them to leave at a later time to create the optic of like, hey, there's not a ton of people here, so they don't ask more questions or things along those lines. There's so many layers to this show, and I feel like for as intrigued as I was after the first few episodes, now it's like my brain's not going to shut off. The show.
Yeah, and speaking of that, now are we to speculate that Christopher Walken and John's character have a relationship outside?
Bert and Irving.
Yeah, Bert and Irving. Do they have Bert and Ernie? Do they have a relationship outside of work? And like these emotions are fighting through whatever. Whatever Lumon has put in their brains, it's trying to beat that.
Even think of that.
That's a good theory as well. But otherwise, could it be that on the outside they do have like a wife, but they've been on the inside they've always found men more attractive, and so then when they're working down there, they can be their true selves, or they just happen to meet someone that they connect with so much. It doesn't matter, and we saw them hold the hands, and then they're kind of like it was funny. They're acting like a teenage couple. There,
I think that's a really, really interesting point, and I think you can go, like you said, the two ways with that. Maybe on the outside, they are in a real relationship on the outside, and when we see them at work, that's what's happening is those feelings bleeding through.
Because that's been the theme here is people
that's what we're seeing
coming through.
Or that's a very, I mean, that would be the thing there. It's bleeding through. Or answer, you bring up a really good point. Look, maybe on the outside, they're, married with families or whatever, but on the inside, they're expressing who they truly are, and because they're not concerned with whatever outside things there are. And that could be a whole, Jesus, what another layer, a whole reflection of the life you're living on the outside is the life you're living for everybody else. You're supposed to be here just doing this work and not, focusing on your personal life whatsoever. And so all of a sudden, who you really are, without any regard for society, starts to work its way to the surface. Wow.
That
so many layers.
Mark
like an onion.
Mark needs to answer that damn cell phone too, is what he needs to do. Get that thing out of the sleeping bag and answer
Blocked.
that thing.
Blocked.
Well, maybe his phone will start ringing too. You don't know.
Well, I got to imagine, right? They teased it several times in this episode. I got to imagine at least they're going to pay that one off at some point, whether it's next episode, this season, next season.
Hopefully.
We saw they
Gotta
weren't,
imagine
hopefully in
they
the
weren't.
season stopping calling. There was a lot of missed block calls.
Especially after he got the notification of the official death of Pete, and it rang. So now I'm wondering, hopefully either that was the last call, or will the phone keep going now, knowing that Pete's dead, and does that signal that, hey, we know somebody has this damn phone?
Yeah, the
What if
callers.
it's being tracked?
Yeah,
right?
they would have to assume to keep calling that somebody else has it, or Petey made contact with somebody, etc.
And, they did give a decent amount of screen time to June as the daughter, right?
Well, yeah, she crushed it for Enter the Sandman.
I'm glad they gave some Sandman in here, but I'm curious now what the role is moving forward, or if this was just, hey, we really need to give her time in the funeral because of the setup here.
Maybe she's the one calling. Maybe Petey was going home and saying, I have this best friend at work. His name is Mark. This is the best friend that I have at work, and outside he doesn't even know I exist. So she was trying to like play it coy at the funeral, not to, but the fact that she,
And I do enjoy the folks who know Lumon, and then the folks who are want nothing to do with Lumon.
Yeah.
They like the second that she started like pretty cordial, but then when she was like, "Did you work with my husband?" That her tone changed like that.
Well, then
So you didn't even know him.
Well,
That's
then his
why.
ex-wife was like, basically, get out of here.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what
not a
we're talking
fan.
about.
Not a fan.
Exactly.
It was then the daughter that sat
When
down.
the
and
daughter
was like,
also mentioned
at the
it,
funeral
right?
was like, it's you need to deal with your shit instead of trying to escape from it.
Yeah, so she didn't have a very good feeling of Lumon either.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you either have a certain opinion about it, see, however you want to take it, good or bad. But like even in the previous one with the protest slightly or whatever that was going on. So I do like how this is like a real world issue that everybody knows, and then you're gonna have your opinions based on it. It almost it almost feels like politics for me a little bit with Lumon being that. Right? Because of the way they kind of
divisive topic,
yeah.
Well, because I was gonna say, I think every person that probably works there might be broken in somehow, some way, some
One
shape.
could look at that. I feel
That's
like
how he
there's
is
many
with
ways
his
to
8
look at
hours. Petey was maybe going through a divorce. That's why he did it. We don't know everybody's story on the outside,
Especially
so we're
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan.
His answer just uncovered a complete another layer to this. Maybe Lumon targets people who have had traumatic experiences to give them, hey, look, this is 8 hours of your day. You're going to go to work. You're not going to think about this. You're going to be able to work.
that would be
You're going to focus. And maybe that's why. And maybe that's why Helly was so adamant. Like, look, on the outside, I don't have to worry about work. You're going to stay and do this. This is 8 hours a day where I don't have to think about this. I don't have to try to go. Because think about how hard it is.
we don't know what the payoff is for him.
Think
Yeah,
about
it could
how
be
hard
anything.
it is when you going to work. Like as an adult, when you know you have to go to work and you're dealing with some bad personal shit and you have to sit there for 8 hours a day. I mean, I remember years ago, in my last like long-term relationship I had before my fiance, when we broke up, things worked out for the best. I'm not saying whatever, but at the time when we broke up and I had to go to work, like, dude, I was a fucking wreck.
You couldn't just read the handbook and toughen up.
And look at paintings.
Just being a wreck at work all day, and like you're thinking, what are they doing? What's happening? Can I fix this? And if you're like, I need to text them, but you have a job. Well, I can't be texting at work, and like
You needed some Lumon peanuts.
Yeah, some special Lumon peanuts. But yeah, I mean that's wow, what an interesting concept that maybe they went after people who they knew had major trauma.
And I got to imagine the book has got to come into play at some point, right?
It's gotta.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't
well, I mean,
answer
and
that
now
if you
that
know.
Dylan just found it.
But
Yeah,
gotta imagine.
In a way, that book is telling them, I'm
Everything on
sure
the
it's in
outside.
there, like stuff on the outside. You don't need this. You're a better person. You can deal without having to shut your life out for 8 hours if that is indeed why you're doing it. Or there's more to life than money and things like that, because like you talked about, I saw the homeless guys, they were happy, whatever. Now granted, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm not saying
We're not
you should
financial
give
advisors,
the
folks.
world
Well, there's an
of being
inscription in
homeless the way you want to go for it.
No, I love there's an inscription at to Mark and they're like, what is this? Is this code? Does it mention my name? Like they're all worried about their outies in that aspect. But this show is just getting layers upon layers. So much fun. This is so just you just get sucked right in. You probably all did too, just like we did now. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. Catch you on the next one, pals.